Hello chess lovers, I have an interesting attacking game for you played by Lidia Tomnikova against Alexandra Botez. The game was played in 2013 at Girls World Championship under 18. Tomnikova started with d4 and knight f6 by Botez, c4, e6, knight f3. By playing knight f3, white is usually avoiding Bogo-Indian defense, which arises after knight c3, bishop b4 moves. After knight f3 we see bishop b4 check, black goes for Bogo-Indian defense. Now white has several options either to play knight c3 or bishop d2 or knight d2. In the game we see knight d2, which is the Gruenfeld variation. The downside of this move is that it blocks the bishop, and also on d2 the knight is less active than on c3. a5, e3, b6, bishop d3, bishop b7. We see castling by both sides, e4, d5, challenging white's center, but white is capturing on d5, and after e takes d5, white is pushing the e-pawn, e5, opening up this bishop's diagonal, knight d7, queen c2, the pawn on h7 is now under attack, h6, a3, kicking this bishop away, bishop e7, rook e1, c5, trying to create some counterplay on the queen side, bishop f5, white is preparing e6, knight c6, and there it goes, we see e6, and after f takes e6, bishop takes e6 check, king h8, white is starting to exploit the weaknesses of light squares, queen g6. Of course, you can't capture on d5 because if bishop takes d5, then knight takes d4 and black is winning back the lost pawn. That's why white didn't capture on d5, because white needs this light square bishop to take black king. We see queen g6, rook f6, queen h5, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, c takes d4, knight f3. Finally, white is opening up this bishop's diagonal. Knight c5, bishop f5, and a bad move by Botez d3. A better move was playing queen e8 and offer an exchange of queens going for an endgame. And white should accept the offer, otherwise if a move like queen g4, then black can play knight e4. If knight takes d4, then bishop c5. If bishop e3, then queen e5, and suddenly black pieces are becoming very active. Let's go back, but after bishop f5 we see d3, and now black's position is starting to collapse after this powerful knight e5 move. There are a lot of threats, for example knight g6 check, winning this bishop, or knight f7 check. At some point bishop takes h6 sacrifice is also possible, for example just a random move. If d4, then white can go for this bishop sacrifice. If g takes h6, then knight g6 check, king g7, rook takes e7. This is a total destruction. Let's go back. After knight e5 we see king g8, moving the king away from this dangerous h file and also covering the f7 square, but white plays knight g4. Actually, Tomnikova missed a beautiful tactics. She could capture on h6. Now if rook takes h6, then queen f7 check is winning. If king h8, then knight g6 check, this is winning. Or after bishop takes h6, if g takes h6, then queen g4 check, king f8, bishop h7 with the threat of queen g8 checkmate. If king e8, then queen g8 check, and again this is going to be winning for white. Let's go back, but after king g8, Tomnikova played knight g4. Again a strong move, but not as powerful as bishop takes h6. Rook takes f5. Botez decided to give up the rook and get rid of this dangerous bishop. Of course, if a move like rook f8, then knight takes h6 is winning. This is just crushing. Black king is getting checkmated. Let's go back, but after knight g4 we see rook takes f5, queen takes f5. Well, this gives black a slight edge. A better move was capturing on h6 with a check. If g takes h6, then queen g6 check, and then capture on h6, and then queen g6 check, and then play rook e3. The idea is rook h3 check. This rook is also hanging. This is a total destruction. But instead, after rook takes f5, we see queen takes f5, and bishop c8. This is already losing. Black could prolong the game by playing bishop g5. If bishop takes g5, then queen takes g5, and after the exchange black can get some counterplay with this pawn on d3. This bishop can come and support the pawn, but instead we see bishop c8, and this is going to be over. White is unleashing a very dangerous attack. You can pause the video and try to find Tomnikova's next move. Ready? In this position, Lidia Tomnikova played knight takes h6 check, g takes h6, and there it goes, queen g6 check, king h8, queen takes h6 check, king g8, queen g6 check, king h8, and bishop f4. This bishop is coming to checkmate black king. Of course, you can't play bishop f6 because of this rook e8 check. Botez played knight d4 trying to cover the f6 square, but there it goes. The exchange sacrifice, rook takes e4, removing the defender, and then comes bishop e5 check. Bishop f6, we see bishop takes f6, and after losing her queen, Alexandra Botez resigned. Your comments and questions please. If you liked this beautiful attacking game, don't forget to give the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. More videos are coming. Good luck.